Good morning, class. Welcome to my porch. I'm just hanging out here, enjoying the morning. It's such a beautiful day here in San Diego, and we are so blessed to be here. This video, we're going to talk about chords, and I love chords. Chords are one of the most important things that you need to learn in music. And in fact, if there was just two things that you could boil music down to knowing, I mean, there's more than that, and people might argue with me on this, but the two most important things you can learn in music are chords and scales. And so if you can get those two deals down, you can learn how to write music, you can play pretty much anything that you need to play or know, and obviously there's other aspects to music that you need to know too, but these are two of the kind of biggest things, and everything else kind of stems from those. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I love working with chords, and it's kind of a big request item from a lot of students, and so I want to make sure that you guys get a chance to learn those, and they're just super fun. So yeah, let's head over to the piano right now and get started.
Hey class, so last video we talked about intervals and what an interval is, and now we're going to be talking about chords. And so chords are basically two separate intervals or more mashed up into one. And I'm not going to get too thick into that because that can be really confusing, especially if you're a new student and a new musician. And so I don't want you to get too confused. I'm just going to talk very basically about major chords and how to find a major chord. And this should be a pretty quick video. The next video we'll talk about will be minor chords, and again, same thing. It'll be a pretty quick video. They're pretty simple. Maybe we'll actually cover it in this video. We'll see. We'll see how we're doing on time. So let's stick in our C major scale range again. And remember, if we can apply it to our C major scale, we can apply it to any scale. Okay, and that's the beauty of our music system, is that it's pretty universal within itself. So it's a pretty amazing system that has been developed over many years, and maybe I shouldn't say universal, but I should maybe think of a better word. But it fits really well with itself, and you'll see what I mean. So let's just jump right in. So with our C major scale, the beauty with our scale is that we label them with our numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8. And we can go up further, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or we can label them with other numbers. But right now we're just going to stick with 1 through 8. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And already I can pretty much just finish this video right now, but I'm going to give you a little bit more. But if you were to play a major third, or if you play 1 and then 3, right, and then you played 5, you would have a chord. And this is our first chord. It's a C major chord. And every scale, if you build the 1, the 3, and the 5, it's always going to be a major chord. The 1, 3, and the 5. Okay? And you notice the pattern already. If you didn't, that's okay. I'm going to point it out to you. Is that we play a note, we skip a note. Play a note, skip a note, and then play a note. Okay? And these are two intervals that are mashed together. So we have a perfect fifth, and then a major third. So we have a major third, our perfect fifth, and then if we play the major third, we have our major chord. Okay, and that's what tells us that it's major, is that it has a major third. Okay. Now we can't change any of these notes, otherwise the chord itself is subject to change. So this is our way of playing a C major chord. Now we can play other chords in our C major scale. Again, all of the white keys. If I just choose a random note, and I skip this note, and I skip this note, I know that I am playing some sort of an E chord, right? We have C, D, and then E. I know I'm playing some sort of an E chord. It sounds a little bit different than a major-y sound, so it might be something different. But we know it's an E chord because we skipped those notes, and that's like the basic normal guy's version, or normal guy's way of playing a chord. So let's go back to our C chord. We have our C major chord, so that we can apply this to other scales. So let's just choose a random scale. Let's play, I don't know, let's play B flat. I think we did B flat in the last video, so let's do it in this video. So, right, so these are our notes. And we have the two flats, B flat, E flat, and then we got B flat on the top. And let's just count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's play the 1, skip the 2, we're going to play the 3, skip the 4, we'll play the 5. There we go, we got a B flat major chord with a major third in the middle and a perfect fifth on the top. Okay, right? Remember it's a major third, 1, 2, 3, and then a perfect fifth is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go, we got our B flat major chord. Let's do another one just for kicks, okay? So let's do a D major scale, which again I think we featured in the last video. We have F sharp, C sharp. Those are the only two black keys we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Let's play our 1, 3, and the 5. So 1, skip 2, play 3, skip 4, play 5. Right? And you can see that we're skipping it in our scales. So that's why scales are important to know, so you can know your chords. I, on the other hand, actually learned my chords first. So I kind of learned things a little bit backwards, but I feel like it did help me learn and understand music in a completely different way than a lot of other people. So that's been pretty cool. So if you want to learn your chords first, you're more than welcome to. And you can look up, just go on YouTube or go on Google, just type in chord charts on Google, and they'll give you all of your piano chords and all sorts of fun stuff. And for my class, I'll post all of the piano chords and the different ways to play them on our Canvas classroom. So that's it. So the main notes to remember in building a chord is the 1, the 3, and the 5. And if you want to play another chord without maybe not knowing exactly what it is, you just play a note, skip the next note in the scale, play the next one, skip the note, and then play the next one. So you're always skipping a note. So I know I'm playing some sort of an F chord, 1, 2, 3, 4, C, D, E, F. My 4 chord or F chord. See, I'm just skipping notes. They have a similar view. And I can just play chords. Now I'm just playing 3 notes. So, yeah, there you go. And those are your chords. So now there's other ways to play chords, and I'm going to go over this kind of quickly. So if you need to review it, definitely review this video, because this can be a little bit tricky to understand. So C, E, and G, 1, 3, and 5 is our chord. Now we have all these notes down here and all these notes up here. We can actually play this in a few different ways. So we're going to have C, E, and G. I'm going to play this C. I'm going to move this C up to here. And this is still a C chord, right? Because we got 1, right, for our scale up here. 1, 3, and then 5. 1, 3, 5. It's the same exact chord. And I just played this C up here. Okay? This is called an inversion. Right? This is called first inversion. This is called root position. Root position, as kind of like the root of a plant. It's the bottommost part of something. It's the most important part, or I guess not the most important part, but the first part. When you grow a plant, the root grows first. So we got our root. We play this up here. We have the first inversion, and an inversion basically just means we're playing it on top of itself. We're just turning it upside down a little bit. And there's three different ways to play a basic major chord. We're going to move this E, and we're going to play it right here. So first we had C on the bottom for our root position, C on the bottom. We have E on the bottom for our first inversion, and then we have G on the bottom. We moved our E to the top, and we have our second inversion. So first root position, first inversion, and then second inversion. When I'm teaching little kids, I like to make it seem like I'm going to toss this C over there, and then it's going to land right there. And then I'm going to toss this E, and it's going to land right here. And then if I toss this G, look at that. I'm just playing a C up there. I have a C down here, C up here. All right, let's do it with our B flat scale. Remember, we have B flat and then E. I'll play that slowly. So B flat, E flat. We're going to play our 1, 3, and the 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to toss the B flat up to the next portion, next part. So I'm playing an octave up, an eighth above. So D is now on the bottom. The third is on the bottom. This is first position. Here's root position. Here's first position. I'm going to toss the D up there. Now F is on the bottom, B flat's in the middle, and then D is on the top. So we got 5, 1, and then 3 for the scale up here. So first position, or sorry, thinking of guitar or violin. Root position, first inversion, right? We're putting it on top of itself. First inversion, second inversion. And so you can play all sorts of fun little things. Right? Played a few extra notes there, but that's okay. So I'm just playing the chord in different ways. And there you go. That's pretty much it. And you can do that with everything. So if we go back to our C major scale, we have our chords, we have our scale, we have our first chord, we can play an inversion. Let's say we want to play this, we can scooch this guy down here, and we have our next chord, that E chord. Now it's technically an E minor, but you're not supposed to know that now, but it's just an E chord. So the purpose of inversions is to create smooth transitions. So if I wanted to play from the C chord, remember this is C, so C, E, G, I can play my E chord, pretty nifty. And then if let's say I want to move these two guys down here, I'm playing a B or a B diminished. I'm playing the B chord inside of my C major scale. I already lost some of you when I said diminished. Forget I said diminished, okay? This is our B chord. And so this is root position, first inversion. So I went from C in first inversion to E minor in root position, and then our B chord in second, or in first inversion, and then a D minor or a D chord in root position. I want to play a G chord, this in second inversion. This is where a G chord is, but the D is just being played down here. I'm just reorganizing it, and then I'm going to play the C chord in first inversion again. So that way I'm not hopping around, okay? I know that was kind of quick, but if you can learn your inversions on every single chord, if you can do that, there's a whole lot you can do with music and writing music if you can understand your inversions. So first, just figure out your chords, and then try to rearrange them in different ways and play them in different ways. Okay, don't think of just root position, because you can spread them all out. Like if I just played let's say an E down here, right? I could play a C up here, and I can play a G up here. And that's still a C major chord. I just spread them all over the place. I can play a C, E, and then G, or G, right? And I'm spreading them all out. And knowing if it's root or first or second inversion, you just look at the bottom note and that tells you what it is. So if I have an E on the bottom note, and I got G and C up here, that's a first inversion. If I have G in the bottom, and let's say I got C and then E, right? C and E, or C and then E and then G in the bottom. That's second inversion. The first inversion is with root position. I keep messing that up, I'm sorry. Root position is with C on the bottom, or with the tonic or the root on the bottom. So there you go. That's our introductions to chords and inversions. And next video we'll talk about minor chords, and then I'll tell you a little algorithm to understanding the chords and the scales, so that way you don't have to have all the chords and scales memorized right away. You can have this little thing memorized, this little algorithm, and that'll help you go forth and understand your chords a little bit better. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.